For the first question, list the specifics of the device or system. So my AAC is printed on a piece of paper, and it is a board that Malik can use by pointing to the different boxes that are included and the different pictures that are seen here. And I included different things like academics, social, and hygienic buttons that can be used in many different scenarios. So when he's trying to communicate with adults, peers, teachers, anything really. So just to explain a few of those. So we have the wash button here. He could use this for washing his hands, or if he was at home and he wanted to maybe wash up in the shower, he could also use that button to let his guardians know that he wants to wash up. And another one that I included is the computer. So he could use this if he's going to the computer lab for special, or if he wants his iPad and he wants to play games on his iPad, or if the computer needs to be used for schoolwork. And the other one, just another example, is all done. This could really be used in a bunch of different scenarios, in the classroom, outside the classroom, you name it. If he's done with something, he wants to be done, it's easy for him to press there. And the second question, how will Malik access the system? So this will always be available to him and should always be in front of him for him to see. So it is easy for him to point to things and communicate with others. Malik is really great at pointing to different things, and his teacher wanted to incorporate pictures to his new communication device because she thought it would help improve his communication. That's what it said in the case studies. So I thought it would be a good idea to include pictures on his board and things that were large enough for him to point to. And the system could also be put into technology. I don't have the technology to do that, but this could easily be put into technology, so when he pointed or pressed a button, it would say it out loud, and he would be able to hear it, and whoever was near him would be able to hear it. So that would be an easier form of communication. And for the third question, what are some different options for customization? So if Malik or anybody else did want to customize this for him, he would be able to change the border size, the border color, the background color, how big each square is, and there are also different images that he could choose if he didn't like the ones that were listed here. Really, the possibilities are endless for this AAC communication device, and he could really make it his own. And for the last question, the rationale for why I chose this design and customization. So I chose this design for Malik because it's what I thought was best for him on a piece of paper. Obviously, if I was his teacher, I wouldn't want to be using the piece of paper. I'd want to use something where he could visually hear it and I could visually hear it. But since he does communicate only a little over 2 years old, I didn't want to include any really big words and things that would kind of trip him up or be tricky for him to understand. So I kept what he knew off of the board. Like in the case study, it said he knew yes, he knew no, he knew how to ask for a drink and how to use the bathroom. Not use it, but knew how to ask for it. So I decided to leave that off because he communicates those things through facial expressions and through different movements. So I thought by adding more common everyday words, it would be a really great way for him to begin communicating more effectively with his teachers, adults, and the peers in his building. And it would also give him a larger opportunity to learn new things.